The Electric State is the brand new Netflix film that just hit the streaming service last week. The film is directed by the Russo brothers, and they re-team up with screenwriters Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely. Again, these when they collaborate, they've collaborated on Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. In this film, it takes place in 1994 and is set after a war that took place between robots, which were also created based off animated characters of famous cartoons, and humans. The humans ended up winning with the help of a technological billionaire who's played in this film by Stanley Tucci. But in this film, Millie Bobby Brown leads as Michelle, someone who's recovering after her entire family died in a car crash 4 years before the movie took place. And she's now an orphan, struggling with the fact that everyone's now turning to technology instead of living in reality. But across the way, in the middle of all of this, a robot, which is supposed to be resembling somehow her brother, who somehow is not dead, comes back into her life as they try to save her brother's life. Along the way, they meet the character played by Chris Pratt, Chris Pratt's character, who is a scavenger hoping to sell parts when the world gets back to normal. The movie also stars tons of people: Woody Harrelson, Ke Huy Quan, Alan Tudyk, Coleman Domingo, Giancarlo Esposito, Anthony Mackie, and many more. The film is 2 hours and 8 minutes long and is PG-13. Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new review here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Dinnenberg. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I do movie and TV show reviews, out-of-theater reactions, box office breakdown shows, and movie franchise rankings, like any one of those things. Subscribe, ring the bell, comment down below. First of all, did you read the novel that this movie is based on? How would you compare the novel and the adaptation from the film? If you have not seen it, tell me, did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you going to check this one out? Let me know in the comments section. Does this make you nervous or more excited for the Russo brothers back to Marvel? I respond to all comments. And also, guys, please hit that thumbs up button. I was not very excited for this movie. I am not. I love the Russo brothers in the MCU. I do not like the Russo brothers that much outside of the MCU, especially post Endgame. Cherry really did not work for me. I thought The Gray Man was okay from them. Nothing special. The Gray Man's a fun little movie, but still not a great movie. It's fine. So they've kind of been mediocre, really, post Endgame. The movie got very harsh reviews, and with having and I'm not lying, $320 million budget, that's insane. So I had to check this one out, give you guys my thoughts on The Electric State. And for me, everyone, this one did not work. And what's frustrating is in this film, you can tell at points how this could be an amazing novel. The people who've read the novel, it's one of the most popular books of the last 7 years. And the people who who read the book all love the book. So this felt like the right source material to take to a movie like this, especially a big blockbuster. But this feels like every other movie you've seen before, and it feels like the diet version of it. This has a lot of Ready Player One in it, a lot. Differences, that was Steven Spielberg. I really like Ready Player One. But this movie fails on a lot of things. I will say this, the robots themselves, a lot of the practical designs of the robots are awesome in the movie. There's a Mr. Peanut who's voiced by Woody Harrelson. Yes, the actual Mr. Peanut from the commercials is in the movie. The actual robot that the younger brother of Millie Bobby Brown's character is in, who's played by Woody Norman, that's a really cool design. All the robot designs, that part you can tell where they kind of spent some of their money on. And I thought the robot design and the look of the movie, I thought for the most part was quite strong. And as I said, it made the world feel a bit more lived in than I thought I was thinking heading into the movie. And they clearly spent the majority of this budget on this all-star cast. And while I don't think everyone's clearly, for like 90% of the cast, it's clearly just a paycheck movie for them. A lot of the voice performances are actually a lot of fun, who actually voice the robots. Woody Harrelson and Anthony Mackie in particular have a lot of fun in this film. Chris Pratt is just playing Chris Pratt. This is not different from Star-Lord or Owen Grady or any of the characters really he's played in the last decade. Wish they could have went with a different actor just to maybe give a different energy than just Star-Lord energy to the movie. But again, I enjoy Chris Pratt, so it works for me more than probably will most people, but I still would have wished they went a more innovative direction. And I think Millie Bobby Brown is solid here, but this is one of her, it's not her fault in this film. She's given the worst dialogue in the entire film. And what's sad about this movie, too, on a story level, is the fact that the whole movie's emotional core is this sister and brother relationship. And actually, Woody Norman and Millie Bobby Brown have very strong chemistry in the movie. But every time they flash back, it just feels off. Something's awkward. There's multiple flashbacks where the dialogue is horrific. Like, I don't know why. Like, this is the writing team behind some of the best MCU movies, and this is what they're putting out. And then there's a scene where, so Millie Bobby Brown has a couple flashback scenes, and for some reason, each flashback scene, she has a different hairstyle. And like, there's one or two that actually looks like her actual hair. And then there's one that looks like the worst wig I've seen in a movie in a really long time. And I am someone who it takes a lot to know when someone is wearing a wig. And there's a lot of just stupid hairstyles in this movie. Millie is wearing one in her youngest flashback scene. Just looks horrendous. And then Pratt's hairstyle is also really stupid. In the movie, it's an obvious wig. When I started noticing stuff like that, that's not good. But as I said, the whole emotional core, the movie has so many different parts it wants to do. Does it want to be a family, fun, PG movie? Does it want to have some darkness into it? Does it want to have this really emotional message? It dabbles in all of this, but never commits to one. It kind of sprinkles things here and there. Messages about the future of the world, messaging about kids on this future generation, messaging on what adults do with technology, how future generations will use technology. There's a lot of different messages, but it doesn't, again, focus on anything. It just sprinkles, hey, this is something, hey, this is something. And it just wants to get to the next MCU joke. And that's another problem with the movie. Sometimes it does have some seriousness, and I think that's when the movie at times can be very strong. But then, on the other hand, the movie tries to get to a nice quip and joke as quickly as possible. And that's the big problem, too. The movie just simply is not funny. I did not find myself laughing with the movie at all. And these are some of my favorite actors. I love Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt, Ke Huy Quan, Woody Harrelson. These are really funny actors who are not funny in this movie, and they do feel forced in jokes. Again, Ready Player One's movie, yes, it has some comedy in it, but Ready Player One's a very focused film, in my opinion, while this film just seems so unfocused with what it's trying to say. At times it wants to be an emotional, serious movie. At times it wants to be another run-of-the-mill streaming blockbuster. And with a budget of $320 million, you just don't feel that outside of the cast. The movie should feel grand, must watch, an event. But this movie does not feel like an event. It feels just like another run-of-the-mill Netflix movie that you want in the background while you're doing other things. But the problem is Netflix spent over $300 million, the most expensive movie to not be in a major franchise in the history of cinema. All the other movies with at least a $300 million budget, all are franchise films like Star Wars, Marvel, Fast and Furious, for example. This is the only original, technically, IP to have a nearly over $300 million budget. And the problem is those movies, you can feel sometimes that it is a big budget movie. This time, you honestly just feel it in the cast because so many people are wasted. Coleman Domingo, thankless role. I really like Stanley Tucci. I think he's one of the best supporting actors of the last 2 decades. He went for it. He's kind of the only actor who kind of went for something in this movie. So I respect the performance. The performance itself just didn't work for me, sadly. Now, it will probably work for some people, and I love Stanley Tucci. It just pulled me out of the movie. Giancarlo Esposito just plays another stereotypical Giancarlo Esposito character they see him play in 3 movies a year. So this movie is a huge missed opportunity. There is a charming cast here. The robots themselves are interesting, but just feels like another palesman comparison to 4 or 5 movies, which are 20 times better than this film. This is a huge swing in the miss for Netflix. It never wanted to focus on what it could be. And when you have the writing and the directing team of the 4, honestly, 4 of the best comic book movies of all time, you would think a lot better of this movie. So overall, I'm going to give The Electric State a 1.5 out of 5, a 28% rough watch on Netflix. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments section. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.